Welcome to SST College of Arts and Commerce. This is SST Edupedia. Myself, Assistant Professor Sunil Ancha. Today, I would be covering a topic of SEM 2 of BMS. The subject's name is Industrial Law. Under Industrial Law, under Unit 4, I would be covering up the Payment of Bonus Act 1965. Would be the history why this bonus act came into the picture. If you see the history, during the First World War, there was a large demand of the food, there was a large demand of the clothes, and many industries used to do the production as per their demand and supply. But as you know, during the World War, there is always a large demand of the foods as well as of the textile industries. So what used to do, the businessman, the industrialists used to pay some amount to the workers for their extra work. Normally, that was for motivating them. So the practice of paying bonus in India appears to have originated during the First World War, when certain textile mills granted 10% extra wages as a war bonus to the workers in 1917. In certain cases of industrial disputes, the demand of payment of bonus was also included. In 1950, the full bench of labor appellate evolved a formula for determination of bonus. What had happened during the First World and between the Second World War, some industries used to pay bonus after the war also to motivate the workers. So this was happening a discomfort for the different workers of different industries. They used to think, why that particular company is paying the bonus, why not our company is paying the bonus. So many of times that strike was going out in the market, in the industries, in the cities where the factories were located. So the government thought that if this type of things will continue, there would be more strikes, there won't be productions industries, that would be resulting in a economic dilemma. So this Payment of Bonus Act was came into picture in 1965. It was the why it was came into the picture. The objective was to provide the payment of bonus to the persons employed in certain establishment. I like to emphasize on the two particular words, factory and establishment. Factory means a place or a place where the workers work with the aid of power or without the aid of power. According to the definitions of the factory, under the Factors Act 1948, a factory means a premises where 10 or more people are working with the aid of power, or the premises where 20 or more people are working with the aid of power. In this case of establishment, there are like the people who are working in small sectors like the BD workers, or those people who are making the papads, or those who are in the supermarket, or those who are working into the service industries. In that case also, that is also classified as establishment. And in that case also the bonus has to be paid. This particular act is applicable to whole of India. Unlike other acts like Contract Act, we have seen that the chapter 1, the first section says that it is applicable to all of India except Jammu and Kashmir. But in this case, the Payment of Bonus Act is applicable to whole of India, including Jammu and Kashmir. Every other establishment in which 20 or more persons are employed on any day during the accounting year, then also the Payment of Bonus Act is applicable. So coming to the point of any day, means on any day. Suppose if I am a owner of any of the factory, or if I am having my own establishment, if I am having my own establishment and I am doing the business of selling of the clothes. So in the month of season, that is the season which is going on from festival season, which is going from October till December, if I am hiring up the employees, suppose initially my number of workers are 16, but due to the demand and supply, I am hiring up the workers. My strength of the workers is going to 22. I am hiring 5 workers for 3-4 months. So the number of workers which I had employed was 22 or 21, depending upon the demand and supply. So my establishment, the number of workers, the limit is been increased from 16 to 21. Then also then in that such a case, the Payment of Bonus Act is applicable. What does it means? That if any day in the accounting year the worker works, then the Bonus Act is applicable. That means I have to pay bonus to all the 21 workers. What is the objective of the act? To provide a statutory liability upon the employer on every establishment covered by the act to pay bonus to the employee of the establishment, whether it is a barber saloon or when it is a shop. Then also the people who are working in the supermarket or the saloon shop, still you have to pay the bonus. To provide and regulate the payment of bonus to the employees. That means, what does it mean? That means according to the government directions, the employer has to pay bonus to the employee. To provide redressal mechanism, that means if the employer doesn't pay bonus on time, That means the employee will knock the doors of the government and ask them to come into the picture, give them the justice, and the inspector will come and will check the record of the establishment or the factory, and they will direct the employer to pay the bonus to the employee to provide minimum maximum percentage of the amount of bonus. So some calculations of formulas are being given by the government. On that particular basis, the bonus is to be calculated. Applicability, once again, it is applicable to every factory. What does it means? Whenever any premises which is been termed according to the definition of the factory, in that case the bonus act is applicable. As I earlier told you that in the factory minimum 10 people work with the aid of power, or 20 people are working without the aid of power. If in such a case in any accounting year, if the number of workers goes down below 10 or 20, but still it is a factory, that means if the number of workers are less than 10 or less than 20, still the payment of bonus act is applicable. It is also applicable to any establishment, whether it is a supermarket or any persons who are working in a hotel industries or lodging industries. Still the workers are more than 20, that means the owner has to pay the bonus to the workers. Normally, if the number, if in an accounting year, if the workers are more than 20 or less than 20, but in an accounting year, if you see of whole 12 months, if the number increases exceeds by 20, that means the owner is liable to pay the bonus. One more thing I like to make it very clarify that particular point. If in a 1 year, if the establishment pays bonus, that means he has to pay the bonus to the employees every year, irrespective of the fact that if the number of employees increases or decreases. That means if the bonus is paid in any of the year, that means he has to pay the bonus for every year to every employee, whether the number of workers are going down. Where the workers are less than 20, the act is applicable if the appropriate government deems fit, and the appropriate government gives the notification in the official gazette. Suppose if the government wants to classify or wants to say that this particular establishment has to pay bonus to the worker, then the appropriate government, here in this case the state government, will inform to the normal public by a notification in the official gazette that this particular establishment has to pay the bonus. What is the eligibility of the bonus? According to section 8 of the Payment of Bonus Act, every employee receives the salary or wages up to 21,000 per month. So whenever the employee who is receiving the salary of minimum 21,000 per month, then they are eligible for the bonus. So what does it mean? Initially when this act came into the picture, the limit was 3,500. Then after that amendment it reached to 7,000. Now 21,000 is the limit for the persons who are eligible to get the bonus. So please remember this salary means basic plus a DA. So under the basic plus DA, the minimum criteria is 7,000 as the basic plus DA should be the minimum criteria. On that basis, the bonus would be calculated. It is also calculated to any person who are doing any type of job, whether it is skilled, unskilled, managerial, supervisory, is entitled to get the bonus for every accounting year if he has at least worked for at least 30 days in that year. Please remember the employees of LIC, the universities, educational schools, the colleges, institutions, hospitals, social welfare institutions are not entitled for the bonus. Section 9 speaks about those persons who are not entitled for the bonus. As you are aware, the bonus is only paid for the people who are doing the job on time and giving the best of it, and they are not doing something against the law. If the person is in the state of intoxication, or if the person is coming to the job in the drunkenness state, or is breaking any of the furnitures of the office, or if he is doing something like act of coercion, or he is doing a theft or misappropriation or damages of the property of an establishment, in such a case the employee has the right to disqualify him and not allowed to pay him the bonus as per the section 9 of the Payment of Bonus Act. Now speaking about the calculation, the formula what the Payment of Bonus Act says, the method of calculation of the annual bonus is as follows. It is depending on the allowable surplus. Now I will be speaking about the first part, that is called gross profit. The gross profit, from the gross profit according to the balance sheet or the profit and loss account, they have to deduct the depreciation. After deducting the depreciation, they have to deduct the development rebate reserve. and after that they have to deduct the tax provisions. Then expected scheduled expenses has to be deducted, and whatever the amount which is coming out, that is called available surplus. From that available surplus, the employer has to pay bonus to the employee. So if you see that particular chart which has been given below, salary, if it is less than 21,000, then he has to pay the bonus. The bonus is calculated on the wages plus the DA. If it is more than 7,000 or less than 7,000, if it is more than 7,000, then normal figure, the amount he has to pay is 7,000. If it is less than 7,000, then he has to work on the particular formula called basic plus DA multiplied by 8.33 divided by 100. The minimum bonus which the employer has to pay to the employee is 8.33 of the available surplus. If the company is running in loss also, the employer needs to pay bonus to the each and every employee. The limit of payment of bonus has to be paid in cash within 8 months from the close of the accounting year. Suppose if the accounting year is closed in the month of March, then after the close of the accounting year from March, you have to calculate 8 months. Within that 8 months, the employer has to pay the bonus to the employee. The bonus has to be paid within 1 month from the date of enforcement of award. What do you mean by award? If there is a dispute between the employee and employer, if the case is going on in the court, and the court decides upon the merit of the case, when there is a judgment or award by the labor court or the honorable high court or a supreme court, from that particular award, when the date has been declared, the company has to pay the bonus within 1 month after the declaration of the award by the court. If the bonus is due, the appropriate government, here the labor court or the inspector of the payment of bonus act or any of the appropriate government may extend the time of period of payment of the bonus depending upon the application received by the employer to the inspector. If you are quite aware, due to the corona season right now, many of the companies had not paid the bonus. They had taken the permission from the government and they had extended for the payment of the bonus. If the bonus is not paid, so what are the procedure that is been discussed in section 21 of the Payment of Bonus Act, where any bonus is due to the employee by the way of bonus, the employer or any other person authorized by him can make an application to the appropriate government. Suppose if I am an employee and I am being employed by one of the organization, if I am not comfortable, if I am in the hospital or something else is going on, then I can give my direction to my legal representative, my wife or my other colleague, and I would be giving him the authority to collect my bonus on my behalf. And this has to be given through an application. If the government is satisfied that the money is due to the employee by the way of bonus, it shall issue a certificate for that amount to the collector. The government will issue a certificate to the collector and collector will direct them to pay the bonus to the employee. Such application has to be made within 1 year from the date of which money has become due to the employee. Suppose if the bonus is due, but if the employer doesn't pay, the employee has to make an application to the appropriate government, and appropriate government within 1 year after the elapse of that particular time may give the direction to the collector, and collector will ask the industry to pay the bonus. However, if the application may be entertained after the year also, some cases the government allows them to entertain the application by giving some valid explanation why it was delay in applying for that particular application for the recovery of bonuses. What are the duties of the employer? If you see from this particular slide, to calculate and pay the bonus as per required under the act, to submit the annual return of the bonus paid to the employee during the year of the year to the inspector. The inspector will come to the premises and will check all the records, what amount bonus was paid to the employee on what particular date. To cooperate with the inspector, the inspector will ask them to produce before him the register of the records maintained by him under the as per the law. To get the account audited as per the direction of the labor court or tribunal. Normally every year the account has to be audited by the inspector, and that has to be reported, has to be generated and submitted to the government. What are the rights of the employer? Right to forfeit the bonus of the employee where he has been dismissed from the service due to fraud, violent behavior, or theft or damage of the property of the establishment. On that particular grounds, the employer will not pay a bonus to the employee. Right to make permissible deductions from the bonus payable to the employee if any financial loss caused by the misconduct of the employee. Please remember, only because of misconduct then only they can deduct the bonus, otherwise they cannot deduct the bonus. They have to pay to the employee the bonus. Still, if the company is making loss, still as per the directions of the government, bonus has to be paid. Right to refer any dispute to the labor court or tribunal. If there is a dispute, if the employee is not satisfied or the employee is not satisfied, they can knock to the doors of the court, labor court or a tribunal, as the case may be. What are the rights of employee? Right to claim the bonus payable under this act, right to refer any dispute to the labor court or tribunal. So both the cases, employee can also knock the door, employer also can knock the door of the court. Disputes under bonus act. If in case of offenses by the companies, the body corporate or the association of the individuals, its directors, partners or the principal officer are responsible for the conduct of its business, shall be deemed guilty. Every officer of the company, body corporate, partnership firm, LLP or one person company, every person would be deemed to be in default and he is been penalized for the offense, and he has committed the fraud, or if he has committed the professional misconduct, then also he is eligible for the offense and he would be liable to pay the damages under the act. Maintenance of the register or the records and inspectors. Every employer shall prepare and maintain such register, records and other documents in such a manner and in such a form as may be prescribed by the act. The appropriate government by notification in official gazette may appoint such person thinks fit to be inspector for the purpose of the act, and may define the limits in which the inspector will come and scrutinize the documents. If there is any contravention of the act, the provision of the act rules or which is not been complied by the company, then the penalty which has been imposed is imprisonment up to 6 months or fine up to 1,000 or both. Offenses, if in case of the officer of the company, firm, body corporate or principal officer, if there is a conduct, he shall be deemed to be guilty of that offense unless persons proves them the offense was committed by him without his knowledge. So depending upon the case, if he proves to the record to the government that offense was committed without his knowledge, then the government will think fit whether this particular establishment should be granted or not granted the penalty or to be levied the penalty. Thank you for all. Thank you for watching this particular video on based on the Payment of Wages Act. This was for first year BMS. I like to recapitulate why the Bonus Act came into the picture. The Bonus Act came into the picture to motivate the workers so that they will do something extra. And what is the percentage of calculation of the bonus? It is normally basic from the basic of 7,000 rupees. The percentage of calculation of bonus has been calculated normally 7,000 rupees, and for if the company is also running in loss, it should be paid for 8.33% of the allowable surplus. Thank you.